Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 206 and this is my weekly meal plan episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you're new here, I do this meal plan each week as part of a Frugal Life podcast because I think that meal planning is really important for saving money, wasting less food, and it helps reduce stress in your life by having to always figure out what's for dinner. So my meal plan that I share each week is what I'm actually making for my family for the upcoming week. It's just for dinners, and I do rotate my meals on a regular basis, so it's not always all new recipes. We definitely repeat meals quite frequently. I do try and throw in some new things every once in a while, even if it's just a side dish. But to make life simple, I definitely have kind of like a rotating theme in certain recipes that I make a lot. So the blog version of this meal plan with links to the recipes can be found at lolasfrugallife.com if you're looking for any of the recipes that I have noted in the meal plan. And I will also tell you during the podcast where they're located also, if it's just like a website like All Recipes or something like that. But I know sometimes it's hard to find the exact recipe just from going to those websites and doing a search for the title. So if you want a link to the actual recipe that I'm referring to, that will be on the blog post on my website. I also want to make sure everyone knows that for the month of June 2021, I am going to run a $5 Amazon gift card giveaway. So there's two ways to enter the contest. The first way is to leave a review on Apple Podcasts and send me a screenshot of the review via email. If you don't listen on Apple Podcasts and where you listen does allow for ratings or reviews, you can do that there also and send me the screenshot via email. The second way is to screenshot the show. Post a screenshot and tag me on Instagram or Facebook. Then just email me with a screenshot of the review or letting me know that you shared the show on social media because I'll be able to see that you did that. But it's really important that you email me because if you win, I'm going to need your email address so that I can send you the code for the digital gift card. So my email is lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. And the winner will be randomly chosen from all the entries received, and I will contact you during the first week of July. So I hope to get a bunch of entries because I think this will be really fun. Okay, so this week's meal plan starts on Saturday. Oh, sorry, I lost the date. Where are we here? Sorry, this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, June 12th. So for Saturday, we are doing grilled brown sugar pork chops, and that recipe can be found at allrecipes.com. And what you do here is you basically make like a little sauce, like I guess you would call it like a sauce, on the stovetop before you actually grill the pork chops on the grill. And it's like brown sugar, apple juice, soy sauce, cornstarch, that type of thing. And you make it on the stove and then you go outside, grill the pork chops, and then you brush them with the sauce, and it just gives them a really good flavor. I haven't made this in a while, but I've made it in the summer before when we were doing more stuff on the grill. So we're going to do that for Saturday. And then also with that, I'm going to be making Mexican corn on the cob, which is also from allrecipes.com. And this is really good. Pretty much what you do is you actually just grill the raw corn without the husks on the grill. And then you brush it with butter. And then you spread mayonnaise over it, which I know sounds really weird, but it actually comes out really good. And then you sprinkle it with a certain kind of cheese. I'm not even going to attempt to say this because I know I'll say it wrong, but it's like Cotija cheese, which I believe is like a Mexican type cheese. I actually haven't been able to find that, but I've gotten different types of Mexican type cheeses, and I think basically if you put most any type of cheese on it, it just tastes good anyway because the cheese kind of melts on and the butter and the mayonnaise, and it's probably not the healthiest corn, but it tastes really good and it's really fun to make in the summer. So we're doing that. And then I'm also doing Hellmann's potato salad, which is from food.com. It's called Hellmann's The Original Potato Salad. We did make this last week. Probably you'll hear this coming up often. One of my daughters just really loves potato salad, and I don't really make it throughout the year other than the summer. So I'll probably be kind of including that a lot in my summer meal plans. So that's for Saturday. For Sunday, we are doing pasta with escarole, white beans, and chicken sausage, which is from foodnetwork.com. So this is just like a pasta dish with escarole, cannellini beans, chicken broth, all that type of stuff. And it comes out really good, but what I'm going to actually do, I did make this once before, but it's been quite a while since I made it. What I'm actually going to do, since my one daughter doesn't eat meat, is instead of the chicken broth, I'm going to use vegetable broth, and then I'm going to cook the chicken sausage on the side, and then anyone who wants it can just mix it into their pasta. But it's basically just like a one pot kind of pasta dish where you have like the pasta, the escarole, the beans, and it's like a clear kind of a broth sauce, like on the pasta. So that's for Sunday. For Monday, it's our hot dog night. We do hot dogs once a month, or it might wind up every 4 weeks. I forget how I rotate it, but it's about roughly once a month. So we're going to do hot dogs, and then I'm going to do home fried potatoes. I don't really have a recipe for that, but what I do is I just cut up potatoes, peppers, and onions in little pieces, and I just toss them with a little bit of olive oil, throw them in the air fryer, and that's it. And we will serve them. Now, I don't have an actual temperature and time. I usually just turn it on at the default setting, which I think might be like 360-ish or something like that. But what I do when I make the potatoes, peppers, and onions is I think I usually start with like 15 minutes, and then I just test them. Because for some reason, some potatoes take longer to cook than others. So I just kind of test them and throw them in longer if they need to go. You can also, of course, do those in your oven. But we then put those on the hot dogs and make like Italian hot dogs with it. And then I'm also just going to get a can of like vegetarian chili, just like the canned kind, because my daughter, again, who doesn't eat meat, what she'll do is she'll put like the potatoes and like vegetarian chili on a hot dog bun, and she'll have that for her meal. So that's that. For Tuesday, it's going to be Taco Tuesday. Really don't have a recipe to share for the tacos. We pretty much just put out hard shells, soft shells, some cheese, sour cream, taco sauce, avocado. I think that about covers it. And then for the taco meat, I usually just use some ground turkey, and then I season it with some seasoned salt and some chili powder, and that's how I make my turkey, my taco meat. For my daughter who doesn't eat meat, I'm also going to be doing Instant Pot lentil tacos. This is just like a taco filling that you can use instead of meat. It's from TasteBetterFromScratch.com, and it's an Instant Pot recipe that's basically like lentils and broth and tomatoes, canned tomatoes. I was like, I know there's another ingredient in there, and some canned tomatoes, and it makes like a taco, like a vegetarian taco filling. And then what I usually do is I freeze that in portions because it makes a whole lot, and not everybody in my family eats it. So then I freeze it in portions, and then for future taco meals, I could just pull a little bag out and defrost it, and then heat that up for her. For Wednesday, we're doing baked salmon. And how I've been making the salmon is I buy the frozen like little portions that come like individually wrapped from BJ's. They usually have it at like BJ's or Costco, or I'm sure most of the grocery stores have it too. But all I do is I put it in a baking dish. I brush it with olive oil. I season it with this McCormick seasoning. It's called like maple. Shoot, I wish I remembered the actual seasoning. When I post it on the blog site, I'll make sure I put the actual seasoning, but it's some type of maple seasoning, and I just sprinkle that over the top. I brush it with the olive oil, I sprinkle the seasoning over the top, and I bake the salmon at 450 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. It comes out like perfect, and it tastes so delicious with that McCormick seasoning on it. So I'll look that up and make sure that I include that in the blog post. And then I'm just going to serve it with egg noodles and some frozen vegetables, whatever I happen to have in the freezer. I always try and keep some type of, like the steam fresh type that I could just throw in the microwave. And the egg noodles I just boil up and then toss them with some butter and olive oil. And that goes really well with the salmon. So for Thursday, I am making Instant Pot Tuscan white bean and lentil soup. This is one of my favorite Instant Pot soups. I haven't actually made it in a while, but Thursdays we usually always do breakfast for dinner or soup and grilled cheese. So we're going to make this soup for Thursday, which is from cookinglight.com. And it's pretty much just like lentils and what else is in it? It's like vegetable broth. Like it says Great Northern beans. I usually use either those or cannellini beans. I don't know. They're pretty similar to me. But it's pretty much just like the beans, the broth, and the lentils, and it cooks like pretty fast in the Instant Pot, and it tastes really good. And then I'm just going to do grilled cheese on the side with that. So then the last meal in this week's meal plan is for Friday, June 18th. So we're going to do pulled pork. I've been making this more often. It'll probably fall out of rotation in a little while, but this is something that we've been kind of liking lately. So for that, I just buy a pork roast, and then I get a package of the slow cooker pulled pork sauce. Aldi has one that I really like. It's not on the super sweet side. Some of them are really sweet, but I like theirs. Of course, you can use whatever one you like. And I just put the meat, pour the sauce over, put it on the in the slow cooker all day, and then just serve it up as sandwiches. And then I'm also going to make for a side dish with that cheesy squash casserole, which is from foodnetwork.com. And this is like a really good way to make like a, it's kind of like just basically like a squash casserole. It's almost like a squash au gratin in a way, because it's like you cut up this squash in like little tiny slivers, and then it winds up being covered with like a mixture of like sour cream, cheddar cheese, and that's pretty much it. And then I think maybe some Parmesan. Oh, and you like coat it with like Ritz type crackers. I don't remember the exact way it like comes together because I haven't made it in a while, but it's a really good casserole if you like squash, like zucchini. You could do like yellow squash or like regular zucchini. I think they're kind of all interchangeable. So that's for Friday. So that's my meal plan for the week. Don't forget, you can reach out to me with any questions or suggestions, or to enter the $5 Amazon gift card giveaway at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. I also have a YouTube channel under the same name, where it's basically just the same as the podcast, just another place to listen. I have a website at lolasfrugallife.com. Like I said, that's for the blog format of this post, and my regular episodes are on that website. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. I'd really love to have you join. We have such a nice group of people in there. I'd really like to see it expand. So if you submit a request to join, as soon as I see it, I will admit you to the group right away. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe, and I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram, whether you're entering the contest or not. That would just be really fun to kind of have some connection like that. And then also, if you can take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that would be so extremely helpful to me. I'd really like to get some more ratings and reviews so that we can expand our audience of the podcast. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.